Pro Wrestling Weekly. For over 20 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment radio talk.
Is cooking.
WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly,
the longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
You really do sound like a
grizzled old vet. Is that where you were going with there?
Yes.
To not get you in trouble?
Oh, I'll get in trouble at some point, believe me. I'll do something.
Well, to keep you out of trouble in this case, at least.
And now, here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Ooh, I'm getting good at this radio thing.
Yeah! It only took you 5.5 years.
I'm not good at it yet. I'm just starting.
Yeah.
Only slightly.
Slowest escalator upward.
Shut up!
There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here alongside Twitch. Mitch also here in the house. Well, actually out of the house here. And hopefully not in the doghouse as well. We are doing something a little different. We are out here live on location in Langhorne Borough at the Langhorne Pet Fair. Woof, woof, woof indeed, says Chris Ermer, the philosopher, here with us as well. And also joining us, a familiar voice to longtime listeners here at WBCB, Dr. Shirley Jeffers. Hello.
Hey, you pet lovers out there, come on over. We're at the Langhorne Pet Fair. It's all for a good cause. It's charity. The Rotary is doing a terrific job. And listen, we have vendors selling all kinds of great things, and all the veterinary hospitals have booths up. And we're going to have a wonderful wrestling show. These guys are awesome. And I hope you guys can jump in the car, put your pet on a leash, and come on over. And remember, it's all for a good cause, the Rotary and charity, and we would love to see you. Now, you might remember me from Ask Your Vet with Jim Foxwell, and I'd answer any of your questions. I happen to have a booth at Pet's Best Friend down there, so if anybody has a question and wants to see me, come on over and say hello. And in the meantime, I'm going to put these wonderful guys on. We're going to have a great wrestling show. And don't forget to bring your pocketbook because there's some great things. And we have some really good baskets, and we have a lot of free pretzels and a lot of goodies. So come on down, make it a day, bring your puppy dog so we can check them all out and have a lot of fun.
So, Dr. Jeffers, is it true that your favorite wrestler is the Junkyard Dog?
Absolutely.
I thought so.
Okay, guys, have a great show.
Oh, no problem. Dr. Shirley Jeffers joining us here. Long-time noted voice in WBCB here. And we've got a lot of other, just looking here, I should mention we are here at the Mayor's Playground here in Langhorne Borough, right at the intersection of 213 and 413. We are here until 1 o'clock. The event is going on until 3.
Wow.
It certainly should be a goodie.
You mean I have 2 extra hours to pet dogs?
You do. You have 2 extra hours to pet dogs.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And I'm sure, and it's not just dogs that are here as well. I mean, there are a lot of them leashed here, but I mean, I've seen some cats around here. I believe there's a petting zoo that I saw.
Yeah, there's one unleashed dog standing right next to you.
Yeah, of course. We know that you're pretty much curtailed for the most part.
I was talking about Mitch.
Hey. Don't be pulling.
Goodness.
Come on.
Starting already here. But yeah, there's a petting zoo. There's an exotic animal and tent show going on. There's a bounce house, I believe I saw. Also, pony rides going on.
Pony rides?
You're a little too big for them.
Wasn't it Coco Beware? He used to bring his parrot.
Yes, Coco Beware used to bring his Frankie, his parrot, to the ring. Yeah, there's.
Oh, that's for the birds.
Oh.
Womp womp. Yeah, I don't have sounders out here or drops. So
thank the Lord.
just make your own drops. Why not?
That's pretty much what I'm doing.
I do that for him all the time.
Yes, Jim Foxwell is thankful for that.
I think they got Jake the Snakes here too.
Wow, that there might be quite a bit of quite a bit of containment to be able to. I mean, those things were ginormous.
I mean, it looked like they had like 2 handlers on this one boa over here underneath the tent.
Larry?
What's that?
Oh.
Not Larry
The
boa.
snake.
No.
No.
Snake, sorry.
The puns are never ending here. But no, this is.
Well, I've been living with Corey Castle since January, so the puns.
Yeah, that makes sense. Corey Castle, long time friend of the show as well. But no, this is organized here by the Rotary Club of Langhorne, and they enrich the lives of people in the Langhorne area as community leaders, members of the club provide services for families, schools, nonprofit organizations, and businesses. The Langhorne Rotary Club, one of 33,000 Rotary clubs throughout the world. They support Rotary International's commitment to advance world understanding, peace, and goodwill. And a lot of goodwill here, as mentioned, some of the vendors that are on point here for those who are hungry. I see there's a rather noted line for Doggone It Dogs over there, based out of Croydon, keeping it local.
It's a wonderful name.
Absolutely, and for an event like this, I also see that there's a curly tail rolled ice cream going on as well. Just to name a few different things. But
That's like some fancy stuff. Rolled ice cream.
Yeah.
That's gourmet. That's pretty sweet.
Trying to tag Mitch in the Facebook post I'm putting up, so
All right, do that.
Social media, yeah.
promoting all that stuff.
What a day they got for this event, though. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
for
it is.
August,
Perfect day, yeah.
It's not like super hot.
I really do love this kind of weather because you're not on hell's front porch anymore. You are
Amen, brother.
spring and fall weather. It's wonderful.
Yeah, we're not quite in autumn, but yeah, it's on the warmer end of it. It's just kind of where I like it. Nice 80-degree day. I think that's what we're going to get up to today. Certainly should be a goodie. And what has been hot, though, the news in wrestling has a lot of different ramifications, most notably one that came out a little less than 24 hours ago.
I believe I texted you with the breaking news.
Oh boy, here we go.
Well, yeah, because you follow it, you get notified whenever he tweets. So of course you saw that and went, "Oh my gosh, I got to let Fearon know right away."
Yeah. Well,
he is your dad after all.
Yeah, you're busting my. Well, no, that was Ambrose. This is. I'm joking.
Dad Moxley, Uncle Moxley.
Yeah, that works.
There we go.
Uncle John. I had an Uncle John. I was at another one.
Yeah.
I have 3 now instead of 2. There's a lot of Johns in my family.
Interesting.
Is that because your house is laid out in that manner? It's like a lot of like you have a lot of bathrooms at your place.
See, I didn't know if we could get away with it, but thank you, Chris. That would explain
why Chris is a pro.
that would explain my potty humor.
It's a strange layout for the homestead, but
Well,
okay.
look, we eat a lot of fiber in our household.
A lot of
okay? I'm
Johns
sorry.
over there. A lot of Johns.
Yeah.
But no, the
Anyway.
John in this case, John Moxley, issuing a tweet yesterday afternoon saying, quote, "I'm absolutely gutted to have to deliver this news, but I'd rather it come directly from me. In a nightmare scenario, a serious case of MRSA has returned in my elbow." Yeah, the timing couldn't be
Yikes.
worse. In this circumstance, I'm forced to pull out of the fight August 31st versus Kenny Omega at All Out, which is the big pay-per-view they were going to be having, or they are having next week. It's just he's not going to be a part of it. He goes on to say, "I apologize to all involved, most importantly the fans. I'm extremely frustrated and PO'd. I'll have surgery this week to remove the bursa sac in my elbow and be done with it for good. Should be a quick recovery, so I'll be 100% for AEW Wednesday nights on TNT. Still, I expect All Out to be an amazing pay-per-view and hope all the fans out there looking for an alternative tune in. You'll be blown away by AEW and be excited to be a wrestling fan. I'm looking forward to watching this as a fan myself." And as far as his injury, he added, "This bleeping sucks."
Yeah, it's also important to note for those who are going to Game Changer Wrestling's Bloodsport, he's still in for that as well. Josh Barnett tweeted out. But they found a heck of a replacement, a gravity-defying replacement, if that.
Yes, a name that you certainly can't forget, although Gravity did.
Yes.
Now facing Kenny Omega next Saturday is Pac, formerly known as Neville back in WWE.
And that's interesting considering Pac was supposed to be at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view facing Adam Page, but he had to pull out due to some disputes.
Yeah, some circumstances.
Yes.
Beyond somebody's control.
Yeah. So that's a heck of a replacement. And August 31st, I mean, thankfully that's not the main event. It's one of the marquee matches. I mean, Jon Moxley, for those of you who haven't been paying attention to All Elite Wrestling, the end of Double or Nothing, shocked everybody, walked down the steps and took out Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega, and
made his presence felt after spending a good amount of time over in WWE as Dean Ambrose.
As he had said, to quote the last phrase of what he said, this is what you call a paradigm shift. And it was. Mm-hmm. He's setting the independent wrestling world on fire. And in Japan as well, he's IWGP United States champion. He competed in his G1, and for the first, maybe 3/4 of that tournament, had an extremely strong showing.
Yeah, and all that despite the injury that is now has come into they're in this not so much an injury as it is infection. So I don't know. I mean, the fact that it returned, I guess, maybe did he come back too soon? I mean, these are questions that.
Well, the thing is, he had come back to wrestling. It's not like he had stayed off the shelf and wrote out the rest of his contract. He came back to WWE to wrestling about a year ago. Mm-hmm. Around this time, he returned and from that elbow injury, and now it's starting to affect him almost a year down the line. Yeah, it's interesting.
That certainly is unfortunate to say the least. But I mean, it's good for the fans as they get to see. Yeah, I mean, they
it's almost like a make good in a different sense.
It most certainly is. Well, we are here live at the Mayor's Playground in Langhorne.
We are underneath the gazebo.
Yeah, and we're underneath some shade. A cloud that cloud can just kind of hang right there, maybe for the next 45 minutes or so.
Whenever I think of see a gazebo now, I think of the John Mulaney bit. Where I don't know if you. I'm not going to go into the whole thing. You ever feel like you're outside? You ever want to be outside and inside at the same time? What's that?
For that, right. I prefer a pavilion.
There you go. Yeah, pavilion.
Yeah, but gazebos are just so much more fancy looking.
Well, this is a heck of a gazebo. I mean, some gazebos are,
it's huge. This is a wrestling show, and we just did an aside about a gazebo. I apologize, Fearon. I think I've outdone myself in getting the show off track.
We're just outside the octagon here.
Well, he's counting the sides here as we speak.
Dude, it's been a while since I've been in geometry. Please don't do this to me.
You've never watched any UFC? The
no, it's fake.
In there?
It's all fake, man.
Wow. All right, well, we'll...
Joking. Please don't punch me, Conor McGregor, though I'm also not a 97-year-old man, so I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, you step away for a few weeks and you come back and you're I
have to compensate for the time I've been gone.
Yeah, full of vinegar and everything else.
Man, everybody's here at the pet fair today.
Full of twitch and vinegar.
Yeah, twitch and vinegar, exactly. No, this is the we're at the Langhorne Pet Fair. We were supposed to do this last year, but Mother Nature kind of had some outside interference as it was torrentially downpouring the day it was scheduled. And it's a fantastic day to make up for it here, and there's a lot of different events going on here. I see the Rotary Club tent here. We got the petting zoo not too far from us here. So you'll be going there during the commercial break?
I don't think I'll have time. I'll have to go afterwards.
You'll have to go afterwards?
If it's still open.
Well, yeah. I mean, everything's going on until 3 o'clock, so you head over there. People can pet you for a little bit,
Just tussle my hair.
Yeah, a little tussle, exactly.
Make me feel loved. God knows.
Well, somebody has to, yeah. No, you're loved here. You're loved here, please.
So to speak.
But no, we are going to go ahead and throw things back to the studio as we can take care of some business here. And meanwhile, we're going to enjoy some of the sights and sounds and the pets and everything else here. Oh, my gosh. I mean, the dogs that are walking along here. I mean, not knowing too much about the different breeds here, they're just all cute in their own different ways.
Yes.
But yes, so we're going to head back to the WBCB studios. Jack Spears handling things and doing a fantastic job of it. and greatly appreciated. We'll be back here in a matter of moments here on Pro Wrestling Weekly on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Lee Piccarello, inviting you to tune in every Friday morning at 8 a.m. to The Head Game, a must-listen show for athletes and coaches of all levels and ages. Mindful Athlete Training in Newtown, Pennsylvania is a mental circuit training program that prepares the athletes to perform at the highest level of today's game. Athletes get into the zone faster and stay there longer. Tune in every Friday morning at 8 a.m. right here on WBCB 1490 AM and throughout the world at WBCB1490.com.
We all have the ability to touch the lives of those around us. To someone going through a difficult time, a text, a call, or a visit can mean so much. Reach out to the veterans in your life today. Let them know they're not alone. One simple act can make all the difference. That's the power of one. If you're a veteran in crisis or know one who is, visit veteranscrisisline.net for free 24/7 confidential support.
The Baseball Insider Show presented by SEPTA this Sunday prior to Phillies baseball right here on 1490 WBCB and video stream live on Facebook and at WBCBsports.com.
You won't see termites crawling across your floor, but thousands might be devouring the wood in your walls, weakening the structure of your home. For over 50 years, Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley has been in the exterminating business. If you think you have a pest problem, they're the experts. Call them today at 215-639-5455. That's 215-639-5455 for TPPC. Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley gives your home or business peace of mind, knowing your pest problem is in their hands. Located at 1560 Bristol Pike in Bensalem, they use only EPA-approved material applied by licensed technicians. Call Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley at 215-639-5455.
Avoid FOG. No, I'm not talking about the inclement weather, but fats, oil, and grease. Approximately 80% of grease-related sewer blockages and overflows occur in residential areas. That's because FOG clings to the inside of pipes, eventually causing a blockage. So never put fats, oil, and grease down the drain. This message from BCWSA, your utility partner for a safer environment. Learn more about what not to put down your drain online. BCWSA.net.
He's got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so he might have.
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. Gonna break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you alongside Lucas Twitch DeSangro. Mitch here as well. Hey. Awful quiet today. Just enjoying the sights and sounds and everything?
Yeah, it's a pretty good day.
I agree.
Pretty good.
Though I wish that cloud would just roll over again for the next.
I have a name. Oh, the actual cloud. Sorry.
No, the actual one in the sky, not the.
You're more of a silver lining than a dark cloud.
You have to squint to see it sometimes, don't you, Chris?
Yeah, but
Thank
it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. It's shining.
That was better than any mark I could have come up with. That's well, you're definitely a mark in your own right, but he's ready to unleash some fists of fury on me.
No,
I can tell
can't.
From that face.
I can't. Not with all the doggos here.
Oh, true. Yeah, they see violence and they just react accordingly here.
It's like me. I have the energy of a Cocker Spaniel at times.
Chihuahua.
That too.
Yeah.
Oh man,
definitely
I don't
have
agree.
I mean, everybody's here. I saw Grace Dion, Alan Toadvine earlier. I saw Brian Fitzpatrick here, and now Frank Ferry, state representative. Holy smokes!
Denise Bowman.
Man, this is great. Denise Bowman. Gene DiGirolamo. Don't want to forget. This is where the politicians meet and greet.
Jacob Ferry.
Hey.
Oh, Jacob Ferry. Oh, wow.
9 months old.
That is great.
First time on the radio, right?
First time on the radio.
Got to take that pacifier out.
Dad or Mama, maybe. That's about the best we'll get right now.
He looks like he's enjoying himself here, and you have your Poochie, your dog, with you.
Yeah.
Actually, he has his own.
Oh, hold on a second. We will
get the mic
show.
over here.
Let's just pass the mic over.
He actually has his own Instagram, PA Capital Dog. Believe it or
PA
not.
Capital Dog.
Yeah.
Huh.
So he's been at some bill signings. A few years ago, we rewrote the animal cruelty statute in the Commonwealth, and it was it was Lee Ray's law. You may have heard of it. So he was actually at the bill signing with the governor and whatnot. So dog's been in a lot of cool places.
Now, is that legislation you wrote?
I had part of it. So, and then a second pro-animal piece of legislation that the governor signed into law last year was the hot dogs in cars. So it allows first responders to break out the windows of vehicles if animals are left in there on hot days and they're in distress.
Oh, wow.
So, and tomorrow I'm joining Lucy Nolan, who used to be on Fox 29. We're having a rally in King of Prussia to try and stop puppy mills. It's called Victoria's Law. Victoria was a German Shepherd who unfortunately passed, but essentially was used to turn over, was repeatedly used to breed, if you will, and ended up with a tremendous amount of health issues.
Well, that's a thing PA has to deal with, right? I mean, kind of. It seems like that's something that we're talking with Frank Ferry, PA State Representative. Jacob wants to get on the air.
I know. Yeah, he's reaching out for that microphone.
Yep. Yeah, that's not a toy.
Release the fuzz. Yes.
Anything? You got anything you want to say?
Jacob, he is silent on the issue.
Yeah.
He is.
So, excellent. Thanks for being here,
abstention,
folks.
yeah.
It's a great event. So, the Langhorne Rotary Club does a fantastic job with this. And
great weather, great day.
Yeah, hopefully some of these animals get adopted and a lot of good things happen.
Well, great to have you on.
All right, good to see you, folks.
Jumping into the wrestling show, Frank Ferry here with us.
Yeah, you never know.
All right.
Yeah, I wanted to reach for the microphone too, but I just figured I'd show some restraint.
Well,
that's
good.
a first.
Yeah.
You're not 9 months old, so I would hope you have a little bit of restraint.
According to Fearon, that's debatable at some times.
Your 9-month-old mentality, but
yeah.
I'll take shots of myself. It's a nice day out.
Fair enough.
Yeah, everyone's here at the pet fair.
We're here at the Langhorne Pet Fair, here right in the middle of Langhorne Borough, right at the intersection of 213 and 413, the Mayor's Playground. And so much going on here. It's going to go on until 3 o'clock today. We're here until 1. And, man, it's and I'm almost distracted by everything that's going on here. You turn your head, you see a couple of kids here in the playground. You got dogs everywhere.
It's animals, politics, and wrestling. It's a culture clash. And speaking of clash, Fearon.
That's your segue for Clash of Champions?
I feel like we could address that right now. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's coming up in a few weeks. I mean, we got some time. I mean, right now there's only 2 matches that are announced for it, and one we don't even know who's facing who because it's the finals of the King of the Ring tournament.
Exactly. And do we want to maybe talk about... Did you happen to see the matches on Monday between Cesaro and Samoa Joe?
That was, it was interesting.
That went 2 commercial breaks. I was very happy.
Yeah.
And then Sammy and Cedric Alexander happened. I was not that happy.
I would imagine not, since Sammy did not advance. So it's going to be Cedric Alexander, who will go to face on the winner of The Miz and Baron Corbin in that part of the bracket of the quarterfinals. And Samoa Joe defeating Cesaro. He will go on to face the winner of Ricochet and Drew McIntyre.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know who I think has it on that end in terms of Ricochet and McIntyre, because I kind of feel like this is Joe's tournament. But if Drew wins, I don't know.
That just goes to show there's a lot of talent that's out there. That's the notable thing, and we haven't even gotten to the SmackDown side of things.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, where Elias ended up upending Kevin Owens thanks to Shane McMahon interjecting himself as the guest referee.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, crud. Well, there goes my bracket.
Yeah, bracket busting here in August as opposed to March. Also, Andrade pinned Apollo Crews to advance to the quarterfinals and will face the winner of the Chad Gable-Shelton Benjamin match. Meanwhile, Elias will take on the winner of Ali and Buddy Murphy.
Now, that's going to be a good match. It's going to be a very, very, very good match.
Most certainly. It's they all are. That's what's great about the King of the Ring. I mean, this is a little different than usual in that you've got everything kind of spread out as opposed to in one night.
I like it, though. So it's just going to be the finals that are going to be in the.
Just the finals are going to be at the Clash of Champions.
So what is the other match that is announced for Clash of Champions right now?
It's the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. Bayley defending against Charlotte Flair.
Wow. That's going to be a good match.
It's all coming up on the 15th of September, so it's still have about 3 weeks until then.
Plenty
so
of time
more matches,
to build.
yeah, more matches to develop, absolutely. But something that has certainly developed, and we were going to mention the rumors, but I don't like rumors. I like until we have actual factuals. And this week we got those actual factuals in a huge way.
Momentous.
Yeah, let the Wednesday Night War begin. That's right. WWE issuing a press release Tuesday announcing an agreement with the USA Network to air WWE's weekly Wednesday night show NXT live on USA Network at 8 p.m. Eastern starting September 18th.
Prime time.
If you will, Daddy.
Yeah, following NXT's growth in popularity, the new 2-hour weekly show, it's expanding from 1 hour to 2 hours, but it will also expand its reach onto USA Network, and while staying in its Wednesday time slot that it's had since 2015. Now, the reason this is a big deal is because just 2 weeks after that, the kind of new kid in town, All Elite Wrestling, AEW, their weekly show is debuting on TNT, Turner Network Television.
On Wednesday?
On Wednesday night from 8 to 10 p.m.
Oh, boy.
And NXT is also going to be a 2-hour show now.
Yes, so so you can kind of put the parallels together, and you can tell that this is intentional competition.
I'm so excited because this is going to be like, did you ever think there'd be another one of those ratings wars like there was when you were a youth?
Like a Wednesday night war?
Yeah, as opposed to the Monday night war that you only hear about ad nauseum on the WWE Network. But this time we're going to be able to experience it live, pal.
Yeah, it'll be the closest approximation of the old Monday Night War between WCW and the then WWF since March of 2001 when WCW folded shop. But there was that 6-year period where every Monday night you were flipping back and forth the channels. You didn't know whether to watch Raw for what Stone Cold was doing, watching SmackDown for what for what Goldberg or Diamond Dallas Page or the NWO was doing. I mean, and now, well, the ramifications, it's a little bit different because with the evolution of technology, I mean, there's streaming, there's DVR. So 2019 viewing is going to change the outlook of the head-to-head aspect with metrics being measured much differently than just the Nielsen ratings, which was the norm in the Monday Night War era.
Yeah. There's so much more factors this day and age when it comes to ratings. So it will be, because I wonder if they take DVR and such into effect.
Well, yeah, I mean that's some of that's where a lot of that's going to be measured. Yeah, the DVR, the digital viewing. That's something that you definitely didn't have 20 years ago.
I mean, it's now at a point where a wrestling fan, you don't have to miss one to watch the other. You might not be able to watch it live, but you can DVR it. You can on demand it. You can get that content. You can get it on YouTube.
I will say that it's interesting because there wasn't a factor back in the Monday Night Wars of Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, social
and
media wasn't a factor
for their accounts to go. It was only something. Yeah. This is how you found out. Your friend called you. Turn on Nitro right now.
Yeah,
or you heard about it the next day.
Yeah, or it was the water cooler talk or the talk in the playground at school or whatever the case may be. So it's going to be interesting. Now, it should be noted that Impact Wrestling attempted to go head-to-head with Monday Night Raw several years ago, but that went very quickly as Impact retreated to its former home of Thursdays on Spike TV after just 10 weeks.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, that did not go over so well.
I think it'll be a lot different considering the guns that they're bringing, the firepower.
Now, speaking a little bit to Chris's point, WWE also announced that a replay of Wednesday's NXT television show on USA Network will be available 24 hours later via video on demand on WWE Network.
And that was a big that was the one frustration that fans were concerned about because with Raw, you have to wait like in
6 weeks or something like that.
I thought it was like 2.
I
have no clue.
I think from what I saw, I think it was either 6 or 8 weeks, something like that. where they finally put it up on the network. Now it's 24 hours.
Well, that's for NXT's
For NXT, yeah. That's because they don't have that TV deal in place like they've had for Raw and for SmackDown and things of that nature here. And, one thing that WWE was quick to point out is that NXT TakeOver events are still going to be exclusive to the WWE Network.
I would assume. It's interesting because they're going to be on television, but they're not quite going to be a part of the main roster. They're going to be its own thing, which is good. It's really good.
Well,
are you going to see NXT? But are you going to see NXT Championship matches on WWE pay-per-views? It's probably better they just keep the takeover separate.
Probably not. Yeah, that's. I think this is kind of its own. It's just an extension of the TV show, and for WWE, it's a win-win for them. You figure if NXT wins in the ratings battle over AEW, then AEW lost to a minor league promotion in a sense, and it makes them look even less major.
Yeah.
If AEW does better than NXT, they could say, "Oh, well, this is just our developmental league. It's it's not really the full thing." So
here's what I hope happens though. So there was a time in NXT when they were just doing when it was still really considered developmental, because it really isn't considered developmental anymore. It's its own brand at this point. But you'd have main roster guys come down to NXT for the tapings. You'd have guys like Cesaro, or it'd be advertised like, oh, Punk's going to be here when he was WWE champion. So I hope that they can even
find a way to get a little bit of that crossover.
Yeah. Because you're going to be able to really, really give these guys a mainstream look.
And one other point to that before we take care of our final timeout here. AEW's Chris Jericho had an interesting tweet in response to the announcement. Did you read or hear about that?
I might have.
He said, "Congrats to NXT for making the big move to the USA Network. Runners always race faster when somebody is right behind them. Going to be fun to see which team the world decides to join. #choose Jericho."
It's not about choosing at this point. I hope that no one gets put out of business anytime soon, because we all know that competition's very, very good for wrestling.
It's what put so many eyes on the product 20 years ago, and then once there was that, for all intents and purposes, monopoly starting in 2001, 2002, the eyes have kind of slowly trickled away from the product over the course of the last 17, 18 years, and that's why there have been the ratings concerns that WWE has had.
And the thing is, the product has trickled back up. It's just the eyes have gone down. The quality of a lot of the stories and matches have increased tremendously.
It's just there aren't as many people watching because there's been a lengthy feeling of stagnation with WWE.
Exactly.
And nobody to really light a fire under them until now, with a company being run by somebody who has even more money than Vince McMahon.
Is it just McMahon fatigue?
That is a good portion of it, yes.
That whole they're just like...
Yeah, Vince and Shane and Stephanie, yep. There's definitely a good amount of that I think is also...
Stop injecting yourself into every darn element.
Well, we mentioned, Shane McMahon made himself the guest referee on somebody who he's feuding with and caused that guy to lose the match. So, yeah, there is a little bit of McMahon fatigue that is certainly going on. Absolutely. But, yeah, we're going to take care of our final timeout here.
Lucas has some fans. Want to meet Twitch.
Oh, well.
What?
Yeah.
Even he's
I'm a celebrity now.
Jack Spears back in the... Amazing.
They said, is that Lucas? I said, yeah. I said, oh, wow.
Jack left me speechless.
Well, yeah,
I thought I could escape them for the one day. I thought I could escape the drops for one day. All I wanted was one day, Jack.
I thought you were saying you thought you could escape your fans for one
no.
day. Oh,
no. Those don't come around enough. Believe me.
Yeah, they're like Halley's Comet or a blue moon.
Yeah. I can't even dispute with you on that. It's the truth.
Lucas, I think you have a lot of fans, though, that have listened to Pro Wrestling Weekly and have seen what you've done with the MFPW and follow you on Facebook. And I know I'm one of them.
Look, the fact that there's still fans is surprising to me, and I appreciate it very, very much. And at that point, don't laugh, Mitch.
A brutal journey, and you're still walking that path, brother.
Thank you.
And we're going to walk our path to a bit of a break here as it's
Let's
about
walk on
that
outta
time.
here.
Well, oh no, we still got we have plenty of time here. The event is going on here, the Langhorne Pet Fair. It's going on until 3. We're here until 1 o'clock. We are here live at the Mayor's Playground here in Langhorne Borough, the intersection of 213 and 413, all presented by the Langhorne Rotary Club.
Yes, sirree.
And doing a fantastic job at that. So let's go ahead and take things back to Jack Spears and his lovable drops in the studio. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
I'm Harvey from Bernie Robbins Jewelers. When you put one of our gift boxes in front of someone, magical things happen. Eyes light up. Big smiles appear. I mean, luxuriously crisp paper, iridescent copper ribbon, our orange monarch butterfly. Well, there doesn't even have to be anything in the box. Wait, what am I saying? I'm trying to sell jewelry here. Of course something has to be in it. But what? We'll help you with that. From an impromptu gesture to a milestone gift. At Bernie Robbins Jewelers, we've got your gift and we've always got your back.
Join Rebecca's Forecast Tuesday at 10 a.m. She'll take your calls, questions, and fill you in on what's happening for your personal sun sign. Join Rebecca's Forecast once again every Tuesday at 10 a.m. right here on 1490 WBCB.
All commentators heard on WBCB express their own views. Their opinions are not necessarily those of others on WBCB, including the staff and management.
The Bristol Borough Community Action Group Food Bank at 99 Wood Street in Bristol has been serving Lower Bucks County since 1971. It's your monthly tax-deductible donations that allow us to provide food for hundreds of households each month. Please consider a generous one-time or recurring monthly donation at www.givebucks.org. That's www.givebucks.org. Help us help those in need. Please donate today. The Bristol Borough Community Action Group, 99 Wood Street, Bristol, PA 19007.
Next time you head down the shore, make Keenan's Irish Pub your favorite spot. Located in the heart of North Wildwood, Keenan's Irish Pub is 25,000 square feet of wall-to-wall fun. There's live entertainment 7 days a week and an extensive menu that even features sushi. So grab a nice cold drink, listen to some live music, and enjoy a fantastic time at Keenan's Irish Pub. Keenan's is located at 113 Old New Jersey Avenue in North Wildwood, where all the neighborhoods still meet.
Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, August 24th. On this date in 1996, ECW held its Natural Born Killers Supercard. In the main event, the Gangstas defeated the Eliminators in a steel cage weapons match to retain the ECW Tag Team Championships. On this day in 1998, WWF Monday Night Raw aired live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the main event, Bart Gunn defeated Bradshaw by knockout in a Brawl for All match. On this day in 2003, WWE held its SummerSlam pay-per-view. In the main event, Triple H defeated Chris Jericho, Goldberg, Kevin Nash, Randy Orton, and Shawn Michaels in an Elimination Chamber match to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. On this day in 2009, WWE held its SummerSlam pay-per-view. In the main event, CM Punk defeated Jeff Hardy in a TLC match to win the World Heavyweight Championship. This has been Today in Wrestling History, August 24th.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you alongside Lucas Twitch DeSangro and Mitch as well. Chris Ermer's here. We've got just droves of people here at the Langhorne Pet Fair here in, right in Langhorne Borough, right at Mayor's Playground here at the intersection of 213 and 413. And now the clouds are kind of hanging out a little bit in a good way. They're just kind of shielding the sun, making sure nobody gets burnt too much.
All right, so let's talk about our pets. I got a little kitty named Yuki, but there's not a lot of cats here at the pet fair. I think they get shortchanged, and I want to call for cat justice.
There's a lot of dogs here.
Yes.
That might be why.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess kind of weird to put your cat on a leash. We tried that. It didn't work out too well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cats are a bit ill-tempered at times.
Right now,
I think that may certainly have a little
I still have
bit to do with it.
the stitches.
Oh, goodness.
Hello.
Yeah, that
I believe it's heyo.
Yeah, it does not surprise me.
Hoyo. Yeah, no, cats are either ill-tempered or, at the very least, apathetic to everything. And that's why I love them, because it's like every girl I've ever wanted to be romantically linked with.
Oh, goodness. And, yeah, I decided to leave my my dog at home for that similar reason here. As, yeah, my dog Puffin is, she does not play well with others.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's why you don't come over the house anymore.
He still has the stitches. Hello.
Yeah, Twitches has stitches. Yep.
Hoyo. Yeah. It still has the stitches.
Then, of course, there's your two cats.
Yeah, I haven't been able to see them in a while. I miss them dearly. I wonder what they're doing now.
Marley and
Claudette.
Claudette, that's right. I was getting there. I just didn't quite come to the time. Well, Marley loves me.
Yeah. She loves everybody except me. Kind of bothers me. I gave her everything.
Well, again, that's the apathetic cat, but you got to love him anyway.
Ungrateful.
Yep.
Apathetic.
And then Claudette's
I put her through law school. Oh, right.
Claudette's a little bit more.
Well, she's upfront about it. The fact that she's mean.
Yeah, exactly. So she'll occasionally want to be, kind of petted or nuzzled, but for the most part, it's just, leave me alone.
Yeah, she keeps her distance. She watches over the house like she's Batman.
Yeah. Mitch, Pet?
Yep.
This is your chance to talk.
Oh, well,
you've had plenty of chances, but you're just kind of...
I don't know. Usually I just didn't talk because, Twitch,
I don't know. It's been a
Twitch
great show up until now.
doing his job. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to...
Don't mind Twitch. He's used to doing
Anyways,
jobs.
I have two dogs at home. One of them's named Vivian. The other is named Willow. They're both, well, as my mom would use this acronym, PITA, PETA. Fill in the blanks because I don't want to get kicked off the air.
No, we know. They tend to be rather painful, we'll put it that way.
Well, one of them, Vivian...
In the attic?
Just runs outside every so often. We have to chase her through the woods, try to get her back, because in our backyard, there's this huge woodsy area. That's the best I could describe it. As for the second one, Willow, she just barks randomly at night, and, well, she says Sheltie, so the barks are real loud.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't she at the one thing over at the Neshaminy Creek?
Oh, yeah, she was.
That's right.
Yeah, we went there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I knew I'd seen one of them.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the wrestling watch-alongs or something over at Neshaminy Creek Brewery.
Yeah,
they do the
that
pay-per-view
sounds right.
watch-alongs and things. They're a lot of fun. So yeah, some other tidbits to get into here because time's just flying on by here. It's already we're just moving right along here. WWE announcing that an interesting return to SmackDown coming up in a couple of weeks. The Undertaker.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. All 54 years of him at this point.
Is that all? It seems like he's been wrestling for 54 years. Jeez.
Well, I mean, he has had the Undertaker. I mean, he has had that persona since November of 1990.
And
that's when I started at BCB. Yeah. No, not quite, but.
And you haven't aged a day. It's amazing. But no, he will be on the September.
You looked like that in 1990?
Yikes!
Sorry. You threw that one up. I like Chris. I just couldn't not.
Yeah, you had to swat it down.
Oh, yeah.
Understandably so. Now he'll be on the September 10th edition of SmackDown. Now, why that's important? WWE going all out a little bit as. Well, no pun intended, because that's all out next week. Yeah.
Yep.
But no, pulling out all the stops, I guess would be a better way to put it, as that'll be their second night of WWE's back-to-back nights in Madison Square Garden for the first time in a long while. Ooh. Yeah, they're doing TV tapings in MSG for the first time in at least a decade.
Yeah, 2009, I think. It was Kofi and Randy.
Because I think, yeah.
And now they're feuding on TV again.
Now they're feuding on TV again. Everything's coming full circle.
Yeah.
Some other news here. The wrestling promotion WOW Women of Wrestling announced last Saturday that Teal Piper, daughter of beloved pro wrestling trailblazer Rowdy Roddy Piper, is the newest to join their expanding roster. So
she's also going to be at All Out in the buy-in, the women's battle royal that they're having on the pre-show.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The winner I believe the winner gets like a #1 contender shot for the first ever all women's
champion. Yeah, as they're still developing that. She'll be making her WOW debut at its September 18th and 19th live events in Los Angeles at the Belasco Theater.
Wow. I think that's her real name, Teal. I don't know. I don't know why I'm curious about that, but.
Well, Roddy did have. I mean, he had 6 kids, and they all like. I know one of them is Colton. I mean, they had some rather unique and obscure names.
You get 6 kids, you got to get creative. Next thing you know,
this is true. Yeah, you're not like George Foreman, where you name George 1, George 2. You don't do. Yeah, all of his sons were named George.
Wow.
That's not very creative, George Foreman. No, it's.
Well, I mean, after being in the boxing ring all those years, all those shots to the head, it's just easier to remember.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
But then you have.
And they have to figure out which one it is. Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan said it best. It's like after the 3rd kid, you got to really start getting creative with it. The first kid you name after your grandmother. The kid number 5, you were named after my favorite sandwich. Now, Ruben, go get your brother.
Oh, come on.
That was good.
It was Jim Gaffigan. Of course it was good.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're stealing other people's material well.
I shall name you BLT.
I just learned what a Reuben sandwich was 5 days ago.
I'm trying to think about that.
That is
Brian,
sad.
Larry, Thomas, I don't know.
Your name is PB&J.
Percy, Pringle, Nicholas, Jackson. The newest member of the Young Bucks.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Yeah,
we had such a good show so far.
Yeah,
it would be a shame for me to ruin it.
Too late.
But there you go.
Other news, Ronda Rousey suffered a broken finger last week while filming a scene for the 911 television series.
Don't get me started on this Ronda Rousey.
It looked a lot more than broken to me.
TMZ reported that she had accidentally slammed a door on her finger, finished the scene, and then informed the director of her ailment.
Oh, she's so tough.
Her finger was like my emotional state. It looked like it was hanging on by a thread.
He appreciated that one.
Feeling better today, I hope?
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah, he will in about 9 minutes here. The story also notes that Rousey was back on the set the next day, and that series will premiere September 23rd on Fox. Rousey playing the role of firefighter Lena Bosco. So getting a little bit into the acting realm as well as I'm going to move on because I feel a rant coming from the philosopher here.
I mean, can you find a place to land Ronda Rousey and stay there for a little while? I can't even put my finger on who she is anymore. Is she
that's just in poor taste. What you just did there. She almost lost her finger, you brute. How dare you?
Yeah, that pun was not intended, but it was.
That was amazing. Yeah,
it should have been.
In other acting news, Aerostar Stephen Amell. Yeah. He signed on to star in the pro wrestling drama Heels.
What is this going to be streaming on?
The series will have an 8-episode run on the Starz network. Deadline.com reporting that the series will be based around 2 brothers who feud over their late father's legacy while running a Georgia-based promotion.
Great.
Yeah. Amell, who
once I can no longer afford stars. Awesome. Fantastic. It's like they were waiting to pull the trigger.
Yeah, pretty much. Amell, who's run as the lead character on the popular Arrow series, will wrap up with the upcoming final season. He has signed on to play the brother who wrestles as a heel.
Wait until the boy can't pay his rent. Then we go. Then it's greenlit.
It sounds like an interesting series, and Amell clearly a fan of the industry. And given his friendship with Cody and others, I wonder if there'll be any AEW crossovers.
You want to talk about upping the ante in mainstream?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Basic cable. Try again, Vince.
Now, speaking of AEW, the latest Being the Elite video featured the reveal of 2 more host cities for the AEW on TNT series. They'll be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on October 23rd and in Charleston, West Virginia on October 30th. That'll be their 4th and 5th shows in the TV series. And those arenas that they're in, they seat about 13,000, so a little bit of a lofty goal for those.
Probably have more there than at the Miami Marlins game last night. I heard the announced attendance at the Marlins game. Phillies come on, Phillies,
yeah.
come on! 19-11, ay caramba. But they only had 9,000 people at a Major League Baseball game down there. That was the announced attendance.
No.
That's pretty lame.
They're becoming this generation's Montreal Expos.
Well, then aren't they going to have like? Oh no, that's Tampa Bay. They're going to have like some of their games in Tampa, some of their games in Montreal. I don't know. This all has nothing to do with wrestling. So move on.
Well, it's baseball related. Ted would approve.
It was related to the attendance at this other venue.
Yes, it was an attendance segue.
Thank you.
Yeah, this show goes through many, many, many tangents.
This part of the segment is being clearly carried by Fearon and Chris. I'm just gonna. Yeah. I didn't
silence your audio
Mitch,
here.
Mitch actually gave a shrug, which doesn't really work on the radio, but
I don't know.
There we go. He shrugged
shrug.
and said, "I don't know."
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, there we go.
He was just trying to paint a picture, Chris. He's not exactly that experienced in radio yet. Give it time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I've only been here for how many
Kid's not
months?
even old enough to buy a lottery ticket.
Too many.
Silent gestures, though, on the radio.
Don't translate so well.
so
but
much.
you know what? That was for the live audience here, which is all the more reason that you should get down here.
Which is unfortunate because we can't do certain silent gestures that would be able to get away with in the studio.
Whoa.
Don't
Take
worry.
it easy.
I'm very fine right now. Totally.
Yeah, before we silence his audio here, we'll talk about WWE announcing a deal with Endeavor Audio.
Ooh.
That was a segue. For plans to launch a new WWE podcast network with several superstar-focused series. Yeah, the move into the audio space marking a first for WWE and is Endeavor's latest foray into exploring new podcast formats. And additional details, including launch timing and content creative, will be announced in the upcoming weeks. So it's hard to say. I mean, but I guess they realize, all right, there's definitely money in podcasting, as they've seen with the likes of Jim Ross, Bruce Pritchard,
Jericho, Edge and Christian,
yeah,
Sam Roberts,
there's a
Chris
bunch of different
Hardwick,
wrestling.
Pete Holmes, Joe Rogan. Just podcasts in general.
I'm about to smack you in the back of the head to get you to stop. You were going on a roll there.
That might just hit the
That might just make
reset
things
button.
a little bit worse here. Yeah. Well, I was going to say we have only a little bit of time left, and we're going to hit it just a little early so we can kind of give one last mention here of the Pet Fair and all the folks involved and get some thanks in. So that means it is time for
birthdays.
Dang it!
Oh, come on, Jack.
I've been beaten at my own game.
You got beat by your own recording.
I did. Wait,
wow.
I got beat by your own recording.
Unbelievable.
Skynet.
We have 3 plus
that
3
wasn't
Brucey
you?
bonuses.
No, I don't think so. Was it? Was that my drop?
What was it?
That was one of your early ones.
Oh, so
you were beaten by your own drop.
A recording of you
No,
beat yourself.
we worked in.
Me.
You worked in tandem.
It's like myself and my other personalities. We just worked together for once. I just didn't know it.
Fair enough. Well, on this date in 1944, Wade Douglas Bowles was born. The WWE Hall of Famer and former WWF Tag Team Champion, also known for being the father of wrestling great Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, known professionally as Rocky Johnson, turned 75 today. On this date, actually I'm going to skip him and come back for this one. On this date in 1968, Shoichi Funaki was born. The former WWF Cruiserweight Champion and current Japanese play-by-play commentator and former SmackDown #1 commentator.
Indeed.
Simply known as Sho Funaki or simply Funaki. He turns 51 today. And got to save the best for last of the wrestling bunch. On this date in 1945, Vincent Kennedy McMahon was born. The majority owner, chairman, and CEO of the WWE.
Who made that noise?
That was Chris.
That was Mitch.
What? Huh? Hey, you're shifting the blame on me?
My goodness.
Get used to it.
The majority owner, chairman, and CEO of the WWE, known simply as Vince McMahon or Mr. McMahon. He turns 74 today.
Oh, boy.
And still going strong. Not quite Gary Stridham strong, but wow.
Whoa.
And 3 Brucey bonuses, things outside of the world of wrestling. On this date in 1960, Calvin Edwin Ripken Jr. was born. The Baseball Hall of Fame shortstop and third baseman for the Baltimore Orioles, nicknamed the Iron Man for having played all those consecutive games. He turns 59 today. On this date in 1973, we're cutting it short for time, Dave Chappelle was born.
Yes.
Yeah, the Emmy and Grammy Award-winning comedian, an actor. Well, he turns 46 today.
I love him.
And on this date in 1988, Rupert Grint was born. You probably know him best as Ron Weasley from the Harry Potter films. He's 31 today.
He's what?
31.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, time does fly. And it flies here, too, as we're about wrapping things up. But I want to thank everybody from the Rotary Club here. The action's still going on here at the Langhorne Pet Fair for another couple of hours. And I want to thank quite a few of our guests who have been showing up along the way here, including one who shows up just at the last minute here in little Josh here. But no, it is appreciated. We'll talk a little bit more off the air in a matter of moments here. But no, I want to thank our engineer, the philosopher, Chris Ermer. I want to thank Jack Spears for handling things back in the studio. Mitch, Twitch, pleasure as always. And we'll be back next week to talk a little bit of All Out and... Well, I'm sorry, I'll be back. You'll be in Massachusetts?
I'll be wrestling for New England All-Star Wrestling, so...
Well,
yeah, so you'll
there's
be...
something.
Yeah, so, all right, looks like it's just you and me, Mitch, unless you got work or something.
Probably.
All right, fair enough. That's going to do it for
Chris,
us here.
what about you?
Probably
that's
yes
it.
or probably
Play us
no.
out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock and all's well.
14